Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad today as we once again come to you from the beautiful Senior Botanical Garden in historic downtown Kernersville. We hope you'll visit the garden. We'll talk to you more about that later, but it is beautiful. Everything's in bloom. Come on down and social distance yourself and enjoy it. Coming up later in the program, our roundtable will be here to get into all sorts of controversy. We'll have other great topics as well to talk about, including how you can help hospice, and we'll take a look at how COVID-19 is affecting tourism in Winston-Salem. But we're first going to turn our attention to this, and nobody needs to see my face anyway, so see, you don't have to see my face, but isn't this a beautiful t-shirt? And we're going to talk about this t-shirt, but really we're going to talk about safe, sober driving. We have three very special guests who are with us to talk about that. On my immediate right is Ainsley Williams. She's a sophomore at Mount Tabor High School. Back behind us, right behind me, Griff Shuler is attorney with Daggett Shuler. David Daggett, also attorney with Daggett Shuler, who is behind all this. And welcome everybody, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
David, I'm going to come to you first. Let's remind our viewers what Safe, Sober Prom Night is all about.
Yes, this is the 30th anniversary of the Safe, Sober Prom Night program. What most people don't know is over the years it's become the largest and longest running privately funded initiative of its type in the United States. I always say maybe world.
Yeah.
It's become a tradition for our local high school students. Things are going to be different this year.
And we're going to get to that in just a second because there's no proms, right?
But it's still leadership, guidance, and direction for our young people.
Right. Now, Griff, very quickly, though, the T-shirt that I was holding up, we're going to get to Ainsley in a second, but that contest is a really big deal. I mean, how do you select a winner?
It is a big deal, and the best thing about it is the winner is a student. And we get entries from all over the Triad. They come in. It's a completely blind selection process. The entries come in, they're scanned, and then there's a committee. We go through the selection process, but it's completely blind. We don't know who the winning student is until the very end.
Well, I know who it is right now because Ainsley's right here. Now, Ainsley, how did you hear about the contest?
My art teacher told me about it. She gave me a form that was like saying all about the contest and like what you need to do to enter, and she said that she wanted me to try and do it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, you let the cat out of the bag because I was going to ask you. I mean, not everybody's an art student who tries to do a design, but you are an art student. You're pretty good at art, right?
I mean, I try.
Yeah. Well, I think that's great. I think this is great.
Now, she's very modest.
That's right. Well, what did you think when David and Griff and your teacher and principal showed up at your door? Do you think you were going to be expelled? Or, I mean, what was going through your mind?
I just was so confused. My parents told me that like somebody was coming to talk to me from like my dad's work, and I was like, okay, fine. And then I was walking down the stairs and I saw balloons outside, and I said, Dad, why are there balloons? And he was like, what are you talking about?
It wasn't your birthday, so
and then I got out there and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was super surprised. And
it was a big surprise,
yeah.
And this is just a beautiful t-shirt design. Now, what does it have to mean? Because on the back, it's got sponsor names, and it also has your name on it. What does it mean to have your name on this, to go out thousands of t-shirts?
It just feels like very important. I don't know, like if I see people walking around wearing this t-shirt, I'm like, oh my gosh, I designed that. Yeah, it's
so
really cool.
You literally would give the shirt off your back.
Yeah.
Now, let me go back to David because I was rude and interrupted David a second. But now I'm thinking, David, I'm not a bright guy, but I'm thinking, hey, there are no proms this year. So what are you doing?
Well, most have been canceled. We've actually got one school that's reset a prom for July. But we're going to figure out some way, somehow, to get the t-shirts to the students. Obviously, the virus situation's evolving, but we have graduation coming. We have a lot of seniors that count on it. They depend on it. In fact, Griff laughs at me when I say this, but students put these shirts on like a badge of honor.
Sure. And
we're going to fulfill that promise to our students in the Triad some way, somehow. Another thing I wanted to mention real quickly, I ironically taught Ainsley in 2- and 3-year-old Sunday school class.
Wow. So you were brought up right. Got your dad and David on both sides of you.
Discipline.
And Jim, I think one of the things David and I have talked about this year, I think this year the program could be even more important than ever because really the program is more than just about proms. It's about good decision making. And David and I have been talking that this summer as we get into it, the students around the Triad are going to be in a situation where they're probably going to want to get together. They're probably going to want to be tempted to drink, to possibly make some bad decisions when they things are loosened.
Right.
And so in some ways, I think this year it might be even more important to get the word out, to be safe and to be sober and not get in a car and that type of thing.
That's a good message. And to wrap up, Ainsley, what are your plans after high school?
I don't know yet. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. But I want to do something with art. I really like doing that and designing things. So
This is great. You just do a great job. Up on screen, I want to put some information up there for you. DaggettShulerLaw.com. You can visit to see all the great things they're doing for their, not just their clients, but throughout the community. Just like Safe Sober Prom Night, you can also call 724-1234. And for David and Griff and Ainsley, thanks for all you do with this initiative, and congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
T-shirt. Yeah, let's give her a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Good job on that.
Awesome.
All right. We'll be right back after this.